Alrighty, what up guys? Welcome back to Kush TV, this 18 and over channel designed for people of marijuana, music, and sport. And today, we're going to be doing another episode of the top 5 list, but instead of top 5, we're going to be doing top 10 because today's topic is going to be greatest rappers of all time. So, we're going to be talking about the top 10 greatest rappers of all time, in my opinion, and we're essentially how this is going to be based on lyricism. I gotta like some of their music, and just and the rapper has to have came out either between 1980 to 1999. So no Ti, no Lil Wayne, no NGK, none of that. We're doing rappers from 1980 to 1999. My top 10 greatest rappers of all time. Now I actually just did this vid, but it ran about 40-50 minutes long. I went kind of a little too extreme on it, so we're going to try to do a quick short vid, or a shorter version of that vid. So real quickly, hope you guys have your smoking device loaded. Hope you guys are enjoying your herb with me. Got a joint here I've been smoking on, puffing on, but we will be smoking out the heavy hitter bong here in a couple minutes. But hope you guys have your smoking device loaded, enjoying your herb with me. Go ahead and start smoking along, and we'll probably take a smoke break just before we get to the 5th greatest rapper of all time. So let's go ahead and start this 10 greatest rappers of all time on the top 5 show, extending it to 10 for greatest rappers of all time. From 1980 to 1999, had to have came out in between that era. Okay. There and drink one out. So, number 10 on the greatest rappers of all time on my top 10 list is going to have to be the Notorious B.I.G. or Biggie. So, I sat there and was thinking, who should I put in the top 10 list? And now, the top 10 that, because like I said, we're starting from top 10 all the way up to the 1. I was trying to think, who should I have at number 10? And I was sitting there thinking Big Daddy Kane, maybe Chuck D from Public Enemy Public Enemy and shit. And also, quick honorable mentions, Curtis Blow, Big Daddy Kane, Houdini, Biz Markie, Eric B. Rakim, Grandmaster Flash, The Furious 5, Treacherous 3. If I didn't say Curtis Blow again. And just all the old school rappers that didn't make the top 10 list. But number 10, for me, I had to put Biggie just because even though I'm a big West Coast fan, I like the Tupacs, Dr. Dre, also honorable mention, who did not make the list. And like all, just all that West Coast type shit. DJ Quick, who also didn't make the list, and E40, who also didn't make the list. But I like East Coast type rap, or I should say West Coast type rap. And I wasn't really a big East Coast fan, but when it comes down to it, Biggie, I'm going to have to put him at number 10 for the top 10 greatest rappers of all time, just because, he had the good freestyle, good lyrical rapper, he had the club bangers, he had good hip-hop music, good rap music, even gangster rap type music, he even had good slow jams, and he was a really good overall, all-around artist, but he wasn't really lyrically one of the best, but definitely, he's definitely number 10, especially in his time, of best rappers of all time, or greatest rappers of all time. So when it comes down to it, Biggie is number 10 on the greatest rappers of all time on my top 10 list. So, buddy, I've talked about top 10 greatest rappers of all time, but I got Kenny Chesney pop up. Okay, enough of that. So, number 9 on the top 10 greatest rappers of all time for me is going to have to be Nas. Now, Nas is someone that I really don't listen to very much. I really don't like his music, but there is a couple songs that I do like of his, and I have listened to his music, I have heard his music, and even though I'm not a big fan of it, I have to put him at number 9 just because he is probably one of the greatest, just pure lyrical artists of his time and probably of all time. So when it comes down to it, Nas, I put him at number 9 for the top 10 greatest rappers of all time. I got smoked in my motherfucking Iola. Alright, so number 8 on the top 10 greatest rappers of all time for me is going to have to be Too Short. Too Short's been around for probably 30 plus years. He literally puts out an album every fucking year, and it's usually consistently good. I've never heard one of his albums just be completely pure, just garbage shit. Like he's just putting out something just to put it out. So Too Short, he wasn't really lyrically the best, but he's had songs like The Ghetto and shit like that that really put him up there. and at least essentially get him in the talking about or into the talking of a top 10 list. And me personally, I put him at number 8. Great work ethic, great lyrical rapper, good street music, good riding around music, good pimp player music. So when it comes down to it, number 8 of the greatest rappers of all time, I'm gonna have to go with Too Short. So who's number 7 of the greatest rappers of all time for me? I'm gonna have to go with Snoop Dogg. So like I said before, Dr. Dre did not make this list essentially just because he only put out probably 2 albums in his entire lifetime. He's finally gonna be putting out his third. So and he's really not a rapper first. He's really a producer or a beat maker first, and then he goes to the rap. So when it comes down to it, I didn't put him on the list, but I did put Snoop Dogg on the list because he is a rapper first. And of course, he's a great lyrical rapper. He's a great battle rapper. He's a great freestyle rapper. He had good fucking music, like club banger music. He had good gangster music, good riding around music, good drinking music, good smoking music. Just a great all-around artist. And he wasn't really lyrically one of the best, but he had the potential, and still kind of does have the potential to be one of the greatest lyrical weed rappers of all time, and essentially maybe one of the best rappers of all time. But to me, I'm about to put him at number 7, Snoop Dogg, as in the top 10 of greatest rappers of all time. So, let's get into number 6 of the top 10 greatest rappers of all time by Kush TV. So, number 6 on my list, someone that you guys probably never heard of or maybe might not have heard of, is KRS-One. Now, KRS-One is a rapper, or I should say an MC, that is from a group called Boogie Down Productions. Now, if you guys haven't heard of Boogie Down Productions, go check out that, and then also go check out KRS-One if you guys haven't heard of KRS-One. But to me personally, KRS-One is probably number 2 for the greatest battle rapper and greatest freestyler ever. When it comes to freestyle and battle rap, there's no one better besides one person. He's essentially the number 2 best battle rapper and freestyler of all time. Not only that, he has really good music. He's fucking really, he's a deep thinker, and his music's very deep and just makes you think, makes you think about shit, I need to get some weed in me quick. But yeah, number 6, KRS-One. So, let's go ahead, and number 5, who's my number 5 top rapper of all, or greatest rapper of all time? We'll tell you after this hit. Toast, guys. About your mama that you might not like. I heard she was a Frisco dyke, but fuck your mama. I'm talking about you and me, toe to toe. M-U-T, your bars was loud, but your fight was vicious. And the rhymes you were kicking were quite bootylicious. You get what doggy dog, oh, is it crazy? Alright, that was better. Now I feel better. We're smoking on Purple Mile Wowie and Sour Diesel. Got a little garbage bowl going on here in the heavy hitter. But number 5 on the greatest rappers of all time for me is going to have to be Ice-T. That's right, Ice-T. 6 in the morning, police at my door, fresh Adidas squeaking across the bathroom floor, fucking colors, fucking just, God, what is up with the music? Music is fucking acting up today. But, like I said, number 5 for the greatest rappers of all time for me, Ice-T. Like I said, colors, fucking, 6 in the morning. He's been rapping since 1984, 1986. Essentially, just like Too Short, been rapping for about 30 years now. And he is just fucking, he's essentially the very, very first gangster rapper. So before there was NWA, before there was Dr. Dre, before there was any other gangster rappers, the very first gangster rapper ever was Ice-T. And of course, he did the soundtrack for the movie Colors, which was the song Colors. Now, essentially kind of your very first gangster or gang rap ever. So when it comes down to it, Ice-T, I really shouldn't have to say much. If you guys haven't checked him out, go check out Ice-T. And you can even check out his metal band that he ended up doing later on. He ended up doing a metal song called Cop Killer, Cop Killer. And fucking got him in a lot of trouble, just like with NWA and Fuck the Police. He got in trouble for doing that song as well. But Ice-T, number 5 on my top 10 greatest rappers of all time. So, getting into number 4 of the greatest rappers of all time, for me, the best rapper in New York, the best East Coast rapper, and number 4 on my top 10 greatest rappers of all time, J-fucking-Z. Now, I've been listening to Jay-Z for a long time. If you guys don't know this, or I haven't told you this, before, guys, that my dad essentially put me on to, music like rock, rap, country, but he played a lot of rap. And he always bought, the CDs when it came out, like just brand new. So I had Jay-Z, Reasonable Doubt, Disc 1 and Disc 2 when it first came out in 95, 96. sitting there bumping it to it, fucking listening to it, jamming it out, at 5, 6 years old. And when it comes down to it, best New York rapper, best East Coast rapper, and I really haven't listened to new song I listened to Jay-Z was Lost One. So last time I listened to him was probably about 2007, 2008 is like the newest shit I've heard. I haven't listened to anything from 2008 to now. I don't listen to none of his newer music, but the older music gets him at number 4 on my list for the top 10 greatest rappers of all time. And he's just, he's really the best lyrical East Coast rapper ever. Like, straight up, he's the best New York rapper ever. Jadakiss, you could say whoever you want. Jay-Z is the best New York rapper ever. So, let's go ahead and get into number 3 of the top 10 greatest rappers of all time by Kush TV here. Number 3 for me is going to have to be LL fucking Cool J. That's right, LL Cool J. Like I said, LL Cool J. LL Cool J. So, who's the biggest rapper probably out right now? Well, I guess most people probably say Drake, I guess, or even Future, but mostly Drake. Well, Drake is someone who puts out albums, who raps on one album, and the next album he sings. Well, who's the first motherfucker to do that? LL fucking Cool J. When he first came out, he had I'm Bad and Mama Say Knock You Out, and then all of a sudden the next song was Hey Lover and Back to Cali and slow songs like that. And LL Cool J, he is the number 1 best freestyle rapper. He is the number 1 best battle rapper. He's the one person I would put up against KRS-One to probably beat in a battle rap or even a freestyle battle rap. So LL Cool J, number 1 in the freestyle, number 1 in the battle. When it comes to hip-hop, the best or the most lyrical hip-hop artist ever. Now, when I say hip-hop, Snoop Dogg, Dr. Dre, Tupac, that is considered gangster rap back in the day. And then you have regular rap, like a Public Enemy or something like that. And then you have hip-hop, so essentially like Snoop Dogg, Dr. Dre, gangster rap, and then to represent hip-hop would be a Run DMC or a LL Cool J. That's the definition of hip-hop. When I say for hip-hop, he's the lyrical best, that's what I mean by hip-hop. So on that side, so he's lyrically the best hip-hop artist ever, and of course, he's the only person that can really do the rapping and the singing, because when I listen to Drake shit, it just sounds horrible. I can tolerate LL Cool J singing, I can't tolerate Drake shit. So LL Cool J, number 3 on the top 10 greatest rappers of all time. So who's number 2 on the top 10 greatest rappers of all time? It's going to have to be, for me, Eminem. There's just essentially no one else besides one person that has been essentially as good as him, as lyrical as he is. Like, great battle rapper, great freestyle rapper, obviously. Came up, those are his roots. And most of the great rappers that I picked really come from battle rapping and freestyle rapping and straight hip-hop roots. So Eminem, number 2, obviously lyrically the best, had the club bangers, had the street anthems, just he's all around a great artist. He's worked with everyone from fucking Elton John to all the way up to, like a fucking a Drake and fucking Lil Wayne and everyone else. So number 2 on my list, obviously Eminem. He's fucking the best white rapper and the second best rapper of all time. He's essentially a god or a legend. He's a lyrical legend. So, who's number 1 on the greatest rappers of all time? Well, I'm going to tell you here in a second. After this hit, toast guys. So, who's number 1 on the greatest rappers of all time? It's going to have to be Tupac. Yep, that's right, Tupac. There is nobody that is essentially going to be like Tupac. Tupac is the greatest rapper of all time. Not only do I say it, everybody in hip-hop says it. There's no way to say it. It's not a statement, it's a fucking fact. Tupac is the greatest rapper of all time. He is essentially the best poetry in motion type fucking rapper you can get. It's the best way I can describe it. He just has poetry in motion. Like, when it comes to poetic rappers, when it comes to lyrical thinking, when it comes to club bangers, street anthems, gangster rap, love music, whatever you want to listen to, fucking Tupac is the greatest. Like, when it comes to poetry writers even, like fucking William Shakespeare and all that shit, Tupac is the fucking greatest. He is the most poetic person in the fucking world, and he's the greatest rapper of all time. So, that is my top 10 greatest rappers of all time. If you guys enjoyed this video, give it a thumbs up. If you haven't subscribed to the channel, definitely subscribe for more Kush TV. So, have a good day or night. Stay high, stay medicated, stay lifted, and always enjoy your herb. Peace, and see you next time on Kush Clouds TV. Peace.